Hey there, I'm Natalie and welcome back to my YouTube channel, Tally Core, a space that is dedicated to Pilates for runners. But like I always say, even if you don't run, you'll probably get some benefits from doing this Pilates class anyway, so feel free to join in. We're going to start standing at the centre of our mat, standing side on with our feet hip distance and parallel, arms beside you. Take a deep inhale in. As you exhale, your chin to your chest. And roll down for your spine as you work our Pilates roll downs. Mobilising the spine, bend your knees, your fingers touch the ground at the bottom. Inhale to pause here. Exhale, slowly bring yourself up to standing, nice and slow. And your head is the last one to come up. And we'll go for 2 more of these. Take a deep inhale at the top. Exhale, your chin to your chest. Roll down for your spine, soften the knees, and do let the hands touch the ground. So really bend the knees so your hands can physically touch the floor. Inhale, pause. And exhale, come to stand, slow as you can. And when you come to stand, we go for one more roll down. Deep inhale in. Exhale, start to round down and roll down. Mobilise the spine, and really let yourself hang into it. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale, using your core to lift you up, but slowly does it. The head comes up last. When you eventually come to stand, we move straight into your calf raises. So your feet should already be parallel, hip distance apart, standing tall. Exhale, let the heels lift. Inhale, heels lower down to the ground. Go over your hands to your hips as well here. Exhale, heels come up to lift. Inhale, heels lower. So working your calves is honestly fundamental, especially when you learn to run more on the midfoot. You really want to have strong calves for that. Now stand tall. Again, something else you want to do when you run is standing nice and tall, lengthening right way to the top of the head here. And take your time with the calf raises. This is not a race. This part is most certainly not a race. So really take your time to peel your heels off the ground, stand tall on your toes, and then slowly peel your heels down. That's that going down part that you need to slow down. It shouldn't be the heels just dropping down. Really work through the arches of your feet. You want to be using your full range of mobility here because strong feet will benefit you in your runs. Working your feet, working your ankle strength and mobility as a whole. Let's go for 4, 3, 2. Now keep your heels elevated on this next one. Both heels lift as you're on tippy toes. From here, bend your left knee, keep the right leg straight, the right heel goes down to the floor. Both heels lifted, both legs straight, and then alternate. Right knee bent, left heel goes down. Both legs straight, and then alternate. Now if you do a reformer, I've literally taken your prances from a reformer to the mat. Some people call this walking when we're standing. I still call it prances. It's a reformer exercise that I'm more familiar with myself. Still works the calves here, so still brings that strength into your legs overall. But really we're thinking about working your ankle strength and mobility. That's really what's important here, is working into your strength in your ankles, through your feet. They take a lot of the load when you're running. You've got to keep them strong and mobile here. Now make sure you are coming up onto all 10 toes, the straight legs, before you change. Straight legs and then change, more the traditional prancer from reformer. Let's go for number 4. Let's go for 3. Let's go for 2. And then one more for good measure. Both legs straight and then peel your heels slowly down to the ground. You're probably going to want to face towards me or using more of the length of your mat here. So you want to have your feet not too wide. Your feet are wide than your hips, but don't go too wide, not into a ballerina second position. Think a little bit more narrow than that. It's a little bit more narrow. Toes, natural turnouts. Again, not too wide the toes here. Keeping the spine long, and you can have your hands on your hips or your hands to prayer, whichever one you prefer. Now imagine your back is up against a wall and you're sliding down that wall. So the tailbone is going down to the floor. The knees are tracking over your toes. So knees in a diagonal line going out here. Now what I want you to avoid, stay as you are in terms of using the whole length of your mat. I want you to avoid doing this. We're not squatting. So though you're not as wide as a ballerina second, not like a bar second that I would teach in a bar class, We still want the back to be nice and long and upright, so keeping the length in your posture here as you go up and down. You want to stand tall when you're running. You want to stand tall right now. So exhale when you're straightening the legs, apologies. Inhale when you're bending the knees. Exhale to create that length. Inhale to bend, and again the knees tracking over toes. So watch the knees collapsing in. When you're running, you want your knees in line with your toes. These are really great moves, like parallel squat, more narrow, this more kind of wide type squat. You really want to focus on your knees tracking over your toes. So the purpose of this movement is to encourage that for you. Obviously you wouldn't be extending rotation when you're running, but it still encourages you to have your knees over your toes, so we're not collapsing in. Collapsing in would be you possibly knocking your knees when you're running. This encourages you to keep them apart when you're running. We get the hips nice and open here as well, so working a bit more of your hip mobility and working into your thighs. Let's go for 4. Let's go for 3. Let's go for 2. And then straight legs on 1 from here. Shuffle your feet back in and then turn back so you're side on. Probably best to be more facing the short side of the mat here. Now feet again, the hip distance and parallel. Working a bit more of your hamstrings now. Now I want you to only move your left leg. Hands to hips. Think about letting the tailbone down to the ground and keeping this nice straight posture. Shifting the weight a bit more into your right foot, not leaning to your right, just shifting the weight a bit more into your right foot. As we bring the left knee into bend to a 90-degree bend, no more than this, the heel can be in line with the knee. Let the left toes tap down to the ground, so slightly behind you. Now exhale, bend the knee into flexion. Inhale to extend long. Exhale, bend the knee into flexion. Inhale to extend long. This is going to work a bit more with your hamstrings on your left side. Make sure your knees are in alignment here. So your left knee should be roughly in line with your right knee, or ever so slightly behind, but not in front. So lift and then release. And again, you're just bearing the weight more on the right side without kind of like collapsing into the right side, especially if you have a wall next to you. See if you can let go. You can use it for support, of course, but not into the elbow. Try and push yourself away. If you are using like a wardrobe or wall or chest drawers for support, just lightly hold onto it if you need to, but not sinking your weight into it. We're getting that balance on the standing leg on the right side. So although you're working the hamstrings here, you might feel it on the glute on the right side. It's the weight bearing leg, that's not wrong. So actually both legs right now are benefiting from this movement as you flick the heel up and lower. Now as you're working into your moving leg and also your stationary leg, think about drawing your ribs in and abdominals in as well. So we've got a nice strong centre. Let's go for 4, 3, 2, and release down 1 onto the other side. So bend the weight into that left foot again, without leaning, just ground down to the left foot. Hands to hips ideally, and then bend the right knee to 90 degrees and keep the knees in alignment here. Lengthen, nice and long as you inhale, exhale to bend the knee. Inhale to extend, exhale to bend. Like I said, we're working onto the hamstrings here on the moving leg. Station leg is still working, you might feel in the glute, even the outer leg, you might feel it on here. They're all correct. It's the weight bearing leg. And balance is important for your running as well, balance. You're always on one foot, so you need a good kind of strong sense of balance as well here as you bend and extend the opposite leg. Let's go for 4. Let's go for 3. Let's go for 2. And then extend nice and long on that last one. Feet parallel. You can stay facing the side. I'm going to face towards you so you can see what I'm doing. Working a bit more of the hip rotation and mobility here. Stay grounded. Let's go with you grounding into your right foot. So ground into your right foot. Now bring your left knee into a bend. So your toes are just roughly kind of below your standing knee here. And we want to be thinking about a clam position. So think about a clam, but a standing clam for this left leg. Now keeping the hips square to the way you're looking. So we're not going to overdo the rotation, but there will be some rotation for sure. You open out into a clam and then bring your thigh back into center without moving your whole body. So keeping the hips square to the direction you're looking in and minimizing the movement. You get the hip rotation, but without overly doing it. We're still standing, creating balance on the right leg here. So getting that balance on the right side as you open out into your left side. And you will start to feel that a little bit more as well in the glute there. Good, so working a standing climb because you are essentially standing when you're running, and it's a bit more effective than doing the sideline climbs. So open and bring it back in. Just watch the whole body rotating with you, keep the hips nice and square the entire time there. For number 4, 3, 2, let's go for one more, and then bring it back in, releasing your left foot down to the ground. Bend into the left foot, bring it into your right knee, the toes just below the standing knee here, hands to hips, and again keeping hips square. Open out, and then bring it back in. Good. So we need that kind of hip mobility and hip strength for running. Our leg starts from the hip, our leg starts right from here, obviously goes all the way down towards our feet. We want to be having strong hips, strong glutes, strong thighs, shins, calves. Like we need to be thinking about the whole leg from top to bottom. So conditioning every part is incredibly beneficial for your running to make you stronger and efficient as a runner, but also less likely to get injured. So again, just keeping the hips nice and square as you work from the hip joint here. Let's go for 4, 3, 2, one more, and then releasing down towards the ground. Standing side on again, standing at the centre of the mat as you were before, and stepping your right foot back. So the right foot back, drive the knee down to the floor. Now set yourself up so your left knee is over your left ankle and your right knee is under your right hip, just for the setup for now. We're not going to stay like this, but for the setup for now. And then come all the way up to standing. Brilliant. So now, when you bend your knees, I want your left knee going towards your toes, so over the ankle, not behind the ankle. So press the left knee forwards more, and then drive the right knee down towards the ground. Inhale, come all the way up to stand, both legs straight. So exhale, drive that knee forwards over your toes, and then come back up. Now I'm not doing a traditional cue in Pilates, which is normally knee to ankle, knee line to ankle, whoops, get my balance, knee to ankle, because I'm focusing on the running element here from a Pilates point of view. I want you to think knee going forward to bring the strength into your shin, and also to think about your ankle mobility. So when I normally teach lunges, which I don't really do in Mat Pilates to be fair, I normally teach lunges in like a reformer for instance, I say align the knee to ankle. That's more for stability and balance. But I want you to drive that knee forwards because they're focusing on the strength you need for running. And knees over toes is not wrong, especially when it comes to running. You want to be focusing more on that. It gives you great ankle mobility, but also if you get shin splints a lot, this is great for strengthening your shins. I'm going to focus on looking forward, so every time I turn to the side, I lose my balance. Let me keep my eyelid forwards. Now, as we're doing this movement, bring your hands to prayer, heart center, elbows wide. Now, when you come into this lunge, rotate to your left. Come back to center when you're standing up tall. Just the left hand side, so lunge and rotate, and then come back through center. And I want you to keep that front heel down. So it might want to lift up when you come into that knees over toes lunge, but keep the heel down. And with this right leg, we'll get a bit more strength into the hip flexor. So you're driving the right knee down, because we're angled forwards, your hip flexor gets a little bit more activation there. Staying down in 4, in 3, in 2. Now bending the left knee, knee over ankle, right knee down. Bring your weight back to center. You can have the hands to prayer or hands to your hips. Draw into your center, 5 heel raises on the left side here. Left heel comes up as you exhale. Inhale, left heel down. Exhale, lift the heel up. Inhale, down. 3 more. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. 2 more. Lift. lower, last one, bring up and down, stand tall, step forward. So we'll have a little shake out the legs there. So this time we're keeping the right foot forwards, left leg is stepping back, left toes back, left knee down. So again, you want to start by aligning the knees first. So we are going to align the front knee to the ankle and the back knee to the hip, like a standard kind of lunge in Pilates. And we come stand up nice and tall here, both legs straight. So now when we go into that lunge, we want the right knee to go forwards towards the toes, driving the left knee down, so working the strength here and the strength here. So we come up and down, slowly does it. So exhale, drive the knee over the toes, left knee drives down, inhale to lengthen. Good, so we're really thinking about bringing that strength into our legs here, into the hip flex at the left, and to shin at the right, and the quad also at the right, reactivating as well. Hands to prayer or hands to hips. Now when we go into that lunge, rotate to the right hand side, and just the right. Come back through center when you come out of it. So rotate to the right, and then bring yourself back to center. We stay down in 4, in 3, in 2, 3, stay down on this next one, we keep our weight centered. 5 heel raises on the left and the right hand side here. Exhale, right heel up, inhale down, good. Exhale to lift, inhale to lower, 3 more. Lift and lower, keep pushing through. Lift and lower, last one, lift and lower, and then step that back leg forwards. Have a nice little shake out here. Pilates roll down, feet again hip distance, arms beside you. Take a deep inhale in. Exhale, chin to chest. Roll down for the spine. Come all the way down to nice time. So your hands come down to the mat. Step your knees back into all 4 position. So knees under hips, hands under shoulders. Fingers nice and mighty spread here. Push away from the ground and broaden for your shoulders. A very soft bend in elbows. And keep lifting up the abdominals here. Step your right leg back. Stabilize shoulders. Step your left leg back for Pilates front support. As you inhale, bring the right knee under your hip. Exhale, step the right leg back. Inhale, left knee under the hip. Exhale, step back. Now, not to be mistaken for a mountain climber, so with this one, we're not coming all the way up here. And you also wouldn't want like that either. So we're going to bring the knee just under the hip and step back. Now, your way to modify this is to do 1 on each side, have a break. Do another one on each side, have a break. Starting with the knees down doesn't really work on this exercise. It's not, you don't have much movement, so it's better to do 2 or 1 if you need to do 1. Do ideally 2 if you can, so do 1 on each side. Inhale in, exhale back, and take a little break if you need to. You can most certainly keep on going the whole way through if it feels right for you to do that. If you need a rest, you take a rest. We're only here for a little bit longer anyway, not too much longer. Keep lifting up the abdominals, gazing beyond your mat, soft bending the elbows. For 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Knees down, feet relax. Sit back onto your thighs, arms out. Take a nice rest position here, breathe. Deep inhales and exhales. And then once you've had that time to rest, bring yourself, so you're laying onto your left forearm here. And make sure you can use the whole leg of your mat as well. Brilliant. You have your legs stacked, you have your feet flexed and your hips nice and stacked here. Think about rolling your right hip forward so you're not rolling backwards. So as you're on your left arm, lift up and out a bit, hips are stacked, roll the hips forwards to front of the mat, and then lift your left leg to float away from your right leg. Now, from here, you bring the leg forwards, you point the toes, and sweep the leg back a little bit behind you. So make sure you've got room as well in front of you and behind. So flex foot, leg forwards, point toes, leg back. Keep your underneath foot flexed the whole time. So that one is not having a holiday. Keep it nice and flexed. Now we need to push out this left side so we're not sinking into it. And we're focused on working our pelvic control, but equally our glute on our right side here. So top leg, that moving leg, we're focusing on the glute working, but also our pelvic control. So we're not swinging forwards and back into movement. Although there might be a little bit of movement, I might add, it needs to be very much maintained and under control here. Now we can add our pulse, we can go pulse, pulse, point toes, pulse, pulse. So we can go exhale, exhale, forwards, and then inhale, inhale, back. So we go exhale, exhale, inhale, inhale. Let's go for 4, let's go for 3, let's go for 2, last one, and then release once you're done. From here, bring yourself onto your forearms. Don't mind me, I'm just going to swing around to the other side of my mat because it's easy for me to transition, but you can stay where you are. It's easy for me to transition when I come to do the other side of that leg kick for you. So come onto the forearms here, and I want you to push out of your forearms, the chest nice and lifted, pointing your toes. So just be careful about collapsing into your shoulders here. Keep lifting the chest. Now alternating the leg with a leg raise. Exhale, right leg up. Inhale, right leg down. Exhale, left leg up. Inhale, left leg down. So we keep the chest nice and lifted, core strong here. Don't worry about the height of your leg because that's not even important. I mean, my leg is going high-ish, but the leg height is not important. Just moving between one leg to another right now as we go up and down. In a moment, we're only going to stick with one leg. So then next time you lift your right leg up, I want you to keep your right leg lifted, please. Now as you keep the right leg up, I want you to lower down without touching the ground and then lift. Lower down without touching and then lift. And again, keep lifting out your shoulders. We're thinking about working into our hip flexors here. I want you to focus on keeping the leg nice and straight. Good, let's go for 4, 3, 2. Now keep your right leg to the high range and lift the pulses up and up. Just for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release down from here. We're going to have a little shake out onto the other side. Keeping the feet parallel. Just to be clear, I haven't gone for a turn out here. So feet parallel. So left leg up and down without touching the floor. Exhale, lift. Inhale to float off the ground. Exhale, lift. Inhale to hover. Again, keep lifting out the shoulders. And again, think about a strong core here. So drawing down into your center. Left leg stays lifted in 4, in 3, in 2. So lifted in 1. Little pulses up and up. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release all the way down once you're done. From here, rolling on to your right side. So I need to face you, so that's why I moved over. If for some reason you're facing in a weird direction, then change yourself now, but make sure you're now on your right side. Beautiful, leg of your mat. Feet are flexed, legs are stacked. Roll top hip forwards and push out of your right forearm here. Left leg comes to a float. Bring the left leg forwards, just a single movement for now. Point toes and take that leg back behind you. So not the pulse, single movement. Exhale, leg forwards, point toes, inhale, leg just behind you. Not all the way back, not a far movement back, just behind you, behind the hip there. And again, we're keeping our pelvis nice and still. So you shouldn't be rocking the whole of your body. Keep the pelvis still as you move forwards and back, which means your range might need to be smaller. A big range is not what we're focused on here. We're working the hip flexor, but we're working with the hip extensor muscles, primarily into your glute there. Just for 4, 3, 2, double pulse, we go pulse, pulse. Take it back, pulse, pulse. The pulse is most certainly optional. If it's not for you today, absolutely fine. Keep lifting out that side, the right side. If you are doing a pulse or a single leg, we're only going for number 4. We're going for 3, 2, 1 more, and then we are done from here. Brilliant. Let legs come together, and then into our stretch from here. So starting with our hip flexor stretch, find yourself in an all fours position. Now step your left foot forwards in between your hands. Do keep your left knee over your ankle this time. Right knee goes just behind your right hip. Now, you can insert your fingers onto your left thigh or keep your hands beside you. You can choose that one. Sink your hips forwards, not your knee forwards, sink your hips forward. So look to keep your knee relatively aligned to your ankle. And we're stretching into the hip flexor on the right side. So it's not about this knee going forwards this time, it's about this back thigh. Get the stretch, shoulders drawn back and down. Taking an inhale. Exhale, you're framing your front foot, pushing back into your hamstring stretch, flexing the left foot, keep the chest lifted, shoulders drawn back and down. Bring the hands back to frame your left foot, shimmy your left knee behind your left wrist and then lengthen back into your right leg. Rest your forearms down into your arms, get more of a glute release here on the left hand side. This is a really good one to also open out into your hip. Bring your hands back onto the ground, step your left knee back. Bring your right foot in between the hands, right knee again aligned to ankle, left knee just behind the left hip, then sink into your left hip flexor. So keep this knee aligned to your ankle. This knee is not going forwards, but we are sinking into this hip here. Chest lifted, shoulders drawn back and down. Take an inhale. Exhale, push back to extend through your right leg, flex the right foot, keeping the chest lifted, so you stretch into the hamstrings here on the right side. Then bring your bend back into your right knee, just take your time to navigate your right knee, go behind your right wrist, lengthen it back into your left leg, releasing into your arms, releasing into that stretch. Hands back onto the mat, step your right knee back, find yourself in a seated position from here. Interlace fingers in front of you, round your arms, up, back and shoulders, like you're trying to pull your hands apart. Nice mid back stretch here. Then reverse, interlace fingers behind you, press your palms together, and lift your arms up. You might choose to do a little dive forwards as well, or just stay upright, you can choose. And then lift yourself all the way up from here. Simply for me to say thank you, as always, for joining me in this Pilates for Runners class. I really hope you're finding some beneficial moves here to help you within your running journey. If you haven't already done so, do go ahead and subscribe to my channel and hit the bell to get notified each time I upload a new video. Until next time, enjoy the rest of your day and I'll see you again soon. Take care.